Now, it's a tricky thing when you're trying to bless someone. If I think of my daughter, I think of her, she wants to go to a school that I'm pretty sure is not the best option. She's much better staying where she is. But I can tell her what I think might be the problems at the school she considers going to. And then, well, her mum's quite keen on the school, I guess, as well. Mum's worried about, she wants an academic place for her daughter, you see. I'm less worried about being an academic myself. I mean, I'm less worried about her being an academic. I mean, I think the creative school she's in a Rudolf Steiner school. She'll be well able to master anything at university with that sort of background. And she'll be such a well-socialized, outward-looking, happy person going to the school she's at, continuing, which she is at the minute. So then, of course, she suddenly says to me, daughter, she's only 12, you see, she's just considering the next school, if she wanted to shift, if she wanted to change. She said, I'm not sure as I'd pass the examination for especially the maths side, because I don't think our school's up to the level of maths that they want. Will you teach me? Well, of course, I'm an ex-maths teacher, aren't I, as well? I could hardly say no, could I? I want to say no, because it would be a way of, perhaps her not going to a bad choice as I see it. But you can't impose your choice, you see. Or at least, if you do, are you risking the relationship? You can say, I don't think it's a good idea, love. I really don't advise it, but I'll help you get there if you really insist. And, you see, I'd rather she went there and didn't lose her dad. Whereas if I come heavy-handed and keep her where she doesn't want to be, she might really rebel against the school she's in, which would be a terrible shame. I don't think she would, but... and she might just drop dad. And, it's understood, I think, child psychologists and all that the last thing you want is your daughter especially to lose a dad from her life. They tend to go off the rails if you don't find a very good substitute for their real dad anyway. And it's very hard for mum to be both a mum and a dad any more than it is for a dad to be a mum and a dad. It's just too much for most people. It's very hard anyway. So, rationality. You say, yes, I will teach you the maths, because that's what she values. And I don't think I will underhandedly not teach her well, so she messes up the exam test to get in, entrance test. I wouldn't do that. I mean, it's our relationship with God, isn't it? Think of it for a moment. He doesn't scream at you when you make a bad choice. Doesn't say anything. He lets you find out. If that's what you value, then perhaps you need to go to that. And I'm not letting it wreck our relationship with each other. And that's how God is to us. He still loves us. No matter what you do, you're his child. Doesn't matter what you do, you're still his child. And he will treat you accordingly, in love and kindness, and bring you through. Now, in our case, of course, we're not too competent. We don't necessarily do things terribly successfully, but we assume God is most able. And for certain is able to bring you through. Isn't that lovely? Our God is not just an awesome God. It's a loving, kind God. And this is really what I thought, compared to Hebrew religion, Old Testament religion, if you like. I thought that's what Jesus really brought. the notion of kindness into things. I mean, strongly. I don't mean there was no kindness in the Hebrew religion. I mean, there was even concern for animals, look after them and so on. And your slaves. It didn't seem to tell you that slavery was bad, but still. But what does Jesus bring? He calls God Dad, Abba, Father, probably Abba anyway. And it's a loving dad. It's a dad who cares. And of course, if he's a caring dad, you just assume he's going to be it's an infinite God. He's infinitely caring. He's just astonishing. How wonderful. So, your child wants to marry the wrong person. You say, I don't think it'd be a good idea, no, because of so-and-so, doesn't such. But if that's what you really want to do, it is your call. And, if it does turn to custard, still love you, be there to hold you, look after you, rescue you. But I really don't think it's a good idea, honestly. Your call.